A knockout is what the average opponent expects to witness in a boxing match.
Да, и сейчас пошел и прям сразу же.
And today's selection is unlikely to leave fans indifferent. On August 24th, 2019, Filipino John Riel Casimero easily defended his WBO interim world title in the lightest weight class against Mexican challenger Cesar Ramirez.
That's a big one. That's a big punch.
Casimero, another right.
Oh,
what a
nice
nice,
shot.
wow, solid right from the Mexican. Ooh, unload that right, looking for the right time. But we know the Mexican heart.
You know, we were talking about how Casimero may be conserving his energy for the big punch. Yeah,
Clearly,
the sting is gone.
clearly winded. Cesar Ramirez. But he's still letting his hands go. Oh, wobbly legs.
He's ready to go. One shot to the midsection. That's what he's looking for. A shot to the side of the body.
But make no mistake about it. Oh, down, it's down, it's down. And I think it's out. It's
And
over.
That's it.
Oh, what a
Well, we knew it was happening.
beautiful ending to this fight.
We knew it was going to happen. He had very little left.
Oh,
And flat on his back. Unbelievable ending.
what a
John Riel
fantastic-
Casimero.
What a fantastic show there from the
The ring entrances of former world champion Mark Magsayo rarely leaves fans indifferent.
Seeing the wrinkles, the levels between a championship fighter and Santos. He's tough though. He's been down this road before.
Magsayo just flew in there throwing punches.
He's attacking. Canito needs to move. Not eat punches. Magsayo. Oh! A huge KO! Magsayo has knocked out Canelito on a huge uppercut. Immediately called off. Wow!
As you take a look at Avelar on the canvas, he just got cold cocked.
On September 18th, 2004, Ghanaian Kofi Jantuah scored an impressive victory over the usually durable Mexican Marco Antonio Rubio.
Jab, jab. Left hook, left hook. Let's see who's going to throw the first right hand.
These are two very big guys for junior middleweights too. They're 6'1" and 5'11". And they
The first big left hand is from Jantuah on the chin of Rubio, and Rubio's got a huge challenge trying to get up. Not going to make it.
I was just getting ready to say they both seem to be fighting very similar, and they both are throwing left hooks at the same time. It's going to see who lands the left hook.
The match between Ecuadorian Carlos Gongora and Kazakh Ali Akmedoff on December 18th, 2020 ended brutally.
Akmedoff on the button to end this thing. You know, I come in January of this year. That right hand just off the mark and looked dazed. Look at that wry smile on the face of Gongora. Overhand right. It's a smile from Gongora.
These guys are now having trouble finding each other. I believe we got a cut on the eye of Akmedoff under the right. Keep the jab on him.
This is the toughest fight for both of these men. Akmedoff, performance win or lose for Carlos Gongora. All of Ecuador will be celebrating this victory, and he's down for a second time, and he may be out.
4, 5, 6, 7.
It's over! What a win! Carlos Gongora! He was an 8-1 underdog.
On March 18th, 2000, the idol of Brazilians, Ocelino Freighus, once again delighted his fans with a bright and unequivocal victory, swiftly ending the defense of his WBO lightweight world title.
Bomba. あるいは上手でのサイド振りでね見せますから、おっとっとsalto marca néそれはやっぱり相手対esquivando vai mexendo o tronco, foi direto, Santos demoliram nacional, o Popó termina coisinho direto para acabar com a história. Olha, se esquivou do detalhe, o Popó definindo a luta, jogou a direita em direto. Olha esse cruzado de esquerda, aí acabou, né? Parabéns,
On December 3rd, 2004, former world champion Botis Jr. faced off against promising Rocky Warz.
From Rocky Warz, and you know where it came? A shot. So it comes from a spider's gift at the one-punch knockout. Warz sets up a nice uppercut, and then he takes his step back, and he gets his spiders just walking, and then a little step back, and a beautiful left hook that his spiders...
The performance of Nicaraguan powerhouse Melvin Lopez on September 24th, 2020 was also impressive.
¡Oh! El knockout de la noche. El knockout de la noche. Yo solo espero que Marcos haya hecho una buena foto. El knockout de la noche, campeón.
Estaba hablando, iba a comenzar a hablar de esa mano izquierda de Melvin. Él la tiene en gancho y embolado por arriba. Y si el primer round te la logra meter, porque él siempre le gusta tirar agresivamente.
On July 29th, 2000, Daniel Santos vividly demonstrated why he is one of the idols of Puerto Rican fans, beautifully defending his WBO title in the welterweight division against former world champion Giovanni Paresi from sunny Italy.
Di Daniel Santos, il destro ancora di Paresi, il sinistro, il aggancio sinistro in replica di Daniel Santos, perché replica sempre Santos. Con un solo colpo, in questo caso il sinistro, di tenere a bada l'avversario, il sinistro stavolta arriva di Daniel Santos, stavolta non ci sono dubbi, Giovanni Paresi prova a partire da lontano Giovanni Paresi e viene centrato d'incontro dal portoricano, l'arto difficilissimo e il destro del portoricano che poi sospinge il suo avversario, e qui Paresi si fa toccare 2 volte consecutive dal sinistro, non è in grado di proseguire l'arbitro, e l'arbitro fa bene ad intervenire, forse con un attimo di ritardo, ma non c'era più niente da fare per Giovanni.
Few expected Japanese Kenichi Ogawa to hold the IBF world title in the lightweight division for long. But no one anticipated that he would be so brutally beaten in his first defense.
A career-long ambition distilled now into the next 36 minutes. The phrase he's been using during fight week, now or never, as he tries to get going with his left-hand jab, and he's met by a solid shot.
How do you gain his respect? How do you make him know that you can also hurt him? Because you've got to do something for him to...
Brilliant right hand! Kenichi Ogawa is out on the canvas. The most stunning finish before the halfway stage.
The fight that took place on November 4th, 2023, ended with a small sensation.
What's the gives you? Shinga is someone who moves his defense very well, but he's going to be hard to nail on the button. He's got quite a good defense, he's got a hit.
Makes his appearance to defend his IBF super featherweight title. Here it's Sive Nonshinga, the brilliant young South African, against Adrian.
Mexican with his approach to a fight likes to be on the front foot, as you can see here. He does get a little greedy with his right hand at times. I think he can't do. Very good. no good defense to go with his. Like this from Carrillo, though.
Tremendous right hand from Adrian Carrillo. He timed it as Noninga was making his way around the ring, and the referee has waved it off long before completing the count. And what a...
The fight that took place on March 9th, 2019, between Uzbekistan's Israel Madramoff and Venezuelan puncher Frank Rojos also ended impressively.
Now for Madramoff, going back to righty here. We'll talk next round about some of the options open for the different styles for him. Here, it opens up the right hand lead, double left hook for Rojos possibility. Watch the feet. Here, that's giving him the angles to score. And do more. So how do you like that? He switches southpaw and drops Frank Rojos. And drops him badly. Rojos is in some deep water here. Does Madramoff think it's time to gamble? Oh, he lands two nice shots there and a good right hand. Good uppercut and a huge left hook. That could be it, and it is. Look at what he did in about 20 seconds. He landed a right hand, a left hook, which really was the stopper. 156. And a double flip. That's a highlight package. On the other side, did Rojos hit his head? That is a concern.
On September 10th, 2021, the undefeated Ukrainian boxer Vladislav Serenko confidently passed the barrier in the face of former title contender Alexander Ustinov.
Такой не очень хороший момент, чисто боксерский. Он иногда впадает в панику, если пропускает удары.
Вот как сейчас.
Да, и сейчас пошел и прям сразу
это
же.
Нокаут был.
Да, это прямо нокаут был, еще даже стоячий, потому что оперся Устинов на канаты тогда, но был уже, по сути говоря, в отключке, да, так или иначе. Но все-таки Серенко решил доработать так, чтобы упал Александр. Ну и это вот была моя следующая мысль как раз, да, что может запаниковать, пропустить.
On May 15th, 1999, Randall Bailey once again demonstrated why he was nicknamed the King of Knockouts.
Shake hands. Here, grew up in the shadows of the highlight front town here in Miami.
Speed and that defense, I think they're going to be key, and I give the big edge there to Bailey.
28 of Gonzalez, 42 knockouts in 3 rounds or less. And left hook, and down goes the champion, Gonzalez.
Gonzalez reportedly with a good chin speed. That speed. He's gone. Fight's over.
It's over. 28 seconds in. Randall Bailey from right here in Miami. It's the new WBO Junior Welterweight Champion.
He is going crazy. I think he's going to get hurt himself.
He looks like only beat listed.
Well, you call it, Bobby.
I thought so.
On March 5th, 2004, the young Carlos Canana scored an impressive victory over the seasoned Colombian Edwin Casani.
He knows he can beat a southpaw, as I said, also an undefeated southpaw. So if this business needs to use that long jab.
Used it moments ago as
Big bodying Casani, who's looking to land something, but he needs the opportunity, which he almost got there for Quintana.
So Pat Russell marks it down last round. Unbeaten southpaw looking to stay that way. Lands a left hand and follows it up.
Quintana's style is to pick spots, and he picks them when it's good for him, bad for you, and that's what Quintana's doing right now. When you're finished punching, he jumps right on you.
Inside work, right hand does damage, and a left hand comes down Casani.
Quintana has good instinct. He knew that he had an opportunity to pour it on. He jumped in, he poured it on, and right now he can celebrate.
46 seconds of round number 2. And
on February 4th, 2017, 20-year-old Jaime Mongaya confidently passed the test against the sturdy fellow countryman Juan Mesias Montiel.
¿Qué cosa? ¿Cómo pasó tantito a un lado? Le está poniendo demasiado ímpetu. Segundo episodio. Ataca Mongaya. Vuelve a lanzar la izquierda. Mítica.
David Lemieux's fights were never boring. On October 3, 2009, the young Canadian delighted his compatriots with a swift victory over the experienced American journeyman Donnie McCroy.
Afin de surprendre et déstabiliser son adversaire Donnie McCroy.
Et là, par la suite, il va tourner professionnel. Il a une puissance exceptionnelle et ça, c'était sa marque de commerce chez les amateurs.
On va réussir à faire encore quelques coups de puissance, mais là, il vient de le faire. Oh, il a tiré! La main arrière qui a surpris complètement Donnie McCroy, premier round. Va-t-il se relever? On sait, il y a quel coup. La foudre vient de frapper McCroy. Oh, là, c'est terminé. Là, c'est terminé. Gauche droite. Et là, vous le voyez, victoire. Marlon B. Wright qui le signale. Aïe, aïe, aïe. Donnie McCroy qui est au pays des rêves. Quelle puissance.
Quelle main arrière, quelle précision. Coup de théâtre.
Merci. Vous avez vu comment est ta main parce que le coup était très, très solide.
On July 18, 2015, the undefeated Amir Imam made a serious statement by impressively defeating the experienced Ecuadorian Fernando Angolo, who had previously contended for the world title.
Maybe it's not the prettiest, but good shot.
What a 1-2 combination that sends Angolo face first to the canvas. And this fight has come to an electrifying.
The jab, the right hand. Actually, that right hand ended up kind of behind the head. But,
behind the ear. Was sort of on top of the ear, which is borderline legal. More of a headache or you just messed up your equilibrium.
So it was a legal punch, but it just started to
and you know
head back.
What it is, Angolo also dips to his own right. When you dip to your own right, if you don't step.
On March 8, 2024, former two-time world champion Anthony Joshua beautifully showcased the difference between an Olympian and a novice, stylishly handling former UFC champion Francis Ngannou.
This is what was supposed to happen when Fury faced Ngannou.
Whoa, we've got clipped himself there, Joshua.
Yeah, he did. With a left hook on the top. Focus. No! AJ touched him, he went down!
3, 4, 5,
what a shot!
6.
Straight right.
Isn't it from Ngannou? And heavy.
Why that right hand? He's coming again! Ngannou walked right into it, and you can't do that against Anthony Joshua.
He has the look of defeat on his face, a bewildered look. Let's see if Anthony Joshua can dispose of the MMA champion. It is lights out. Wow. Anthony Joshua. Incredible. What a shot. And Ngannou's out cold, ladies and gentlemen. He's not even moving. But this right.